y'all. May said, we out of here. Peace.
Smiling more every day, closer to my dreams. Hey, guapole, the food tastes better. I stopped smoking squares, healing from the inside out, making repairs. I forgave some people, thanked them for the lessons, cause holding on to it was blocking my blessings. No more stressing, worry dishonors God, so I just pray, and I'm loving my odds. Mingle with like minds, gravitate where light shines. Graduate, masters, your rhymes ain't like mine. Big dank from the west side, this is my best self. Taking vacations, hoping the rest helps. Got a career now, loving what's ahead. My spirit is free from the stuff that I shared.
I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about.
I'm feeling so good now, walking on higher ground. Got out the country, visit some new towns, made some new friends, let go of some bad ones. Soon as that took place, everything got fun. My life started going up, opportunities showing up. I'm back where I wanna be, no headaches and throwing up. Reconnect with the homie, it's positive energy, vibes and wavelengths. It's all about frequency. I'm back with my first love, it feel like the first time. I'm back in the studio, this ain't my first rhyme. I wake up every day, blessed as heavenly. Before I ain't say much, now I got much to say. Raise my credit score, got rid of some past debt. Heard that's attractive, well call me a magnet. Plugged into an outlet, living life outright. All on my Kid Cudi, focusing day and night. Right?
Now ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and two. Ruthie had to bounce out. Yeah, we about to be back on Facebook right now. I don't know what happened. Everything just kind of went away. So YouTube, you are back. Facebook, you should be back any second. Twitter, Twitch, y'all are back in the building. But look, we have been talking to old school Ice Gree, and EP the Hellcat of Abstract Mindstate. Yeah, this is a fun conversation for me. Obviously, we usually be snapping off because we talking about black issues, but this is the kind of like the history of Chicago hip hop, and we are talking to. I don't know if you all have been paying attention. I don't know how you could not be paying attention. But right now, I was the Kanye West documentary, in my estimation, is almost like the culmination of the hard work that was put in to create the music industry of Chicago. And I think what we are doing right now is talking to one of the architects of the entire Kanye West movement. But the genesis of it was his own pursuit. Right, I'm gonna flip this up a little bit, Ice Cream. I'm gonna flip it up a little bit, since we got Abstract Mindstate, but I also want to talk about us being part of each other's dreams and reciprocity, because you had to sacrifice yourself and your own ego. I was thinking about you telling me about that business card that said the business manager and personal assistant, right? Because at some point you had to assuage your ego, but you also had to manage it, because you recognize that if you could put your ego to the side, you could really shake the whole entire world. And then a dream deferred does not mean that the dream does not come true. And now you're in a much better position. Greg, talk to me about that. I feel like that camaraderie, that moment when you say, I can be bigger, a part of a bigger something, even if I'm not the star,
Right.
I still can
Right.
shape the dynamic. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, man. And basically, so one of the things I neglected to mention earlier in the interview when we had EP was I've always been the business side of the group, Like I was just as much an artist as EP, but I was always the businessman. Like, whatever you saw Craig Elliott doing when he was I'm the one that appointed him head of our street team. But not only would he be handling that, I would be out there with him. Lee Majors was our manager. He still handled business affairs for the group, but I would always be handling the business with him. So I was always business minded. So just to add to that piece, because I know it's hard for some artists to say, man, get out of here. How couldn't he not be envious or get mad once? Because I was a businessman, Maze, and you being a businessman yourself, being a businessman, you're a behind the scenes guy. It's not always about you. So it's just about what you did for that business to make whatever the people are seeing move forward or push the envelope on that. And that's what I was able to do. So I was able to satisfy myself as a businessman in that point, because up to the end, like EP said, I was just beat down with so many downs that I needed a up, man. So, but what it was like, man, what was that like? It was dynamic. It was life changing, because as most can see, regardless to what they read about Kanye, what you get to see or be a part of when you're on the inside, the way I was, is it's a level of it's the industry, getting to experience the industry on almost at a rocket ship level, man. Everything is going so fast. He's so big that almost anything, just about anything he wants, he can make happen, because he got so financially secure. If he could pay for it, he can get it. You get what I'm saying? And because of his place in the game, everything was at his fingertips. So that was kind of surreal. I never got caught up in it though, Maze. Honestly, I never got caught up.
Come on, Greg. Come on, dog. You can summon the jet. You can summon 16 dimes in a video. You can have every video vixen lined up in the whole world, dog. You can have steak and lobster every night. Come on, you come on, Greg. You didn't get big headed at no point. No big head.
Listen. Honestly, listen. Private jets, chefs making us breakfast, lunch, dinner. I mean, I'm drinking stuff. I put it in some of the songs. I'm drinking stuff like grape smoothies made by chefs, bringing it to me on platters in the mansions and stuff like that. And it's crazy, but I never, Maze, I'm telling you, ask the people who really know me know, I never really buy into it, because I studied the game. My mother can tell you best. I studied the game. And when I say I studied it, I watched all of the greatest before me. And I'm not talking about in just hip hop. And the one thing that I've noticed about the game is one person never stays on top. You know what I'm saying? It's always, you have your moment and then somebody else get their time to shine. So instead of buying into all of that, I just enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it, and I never allowed myself to get lost, because one of the things that I don't talk about in my music, and one of the things that I don't even come off like I am, Maze, I'm from the hood, bro. I'm from Inglewood. I grew up on 72nd and Perry, across from Memorial Park. I grew up with killers and gangbangers, and I never gangbanged or ever killed anybody or ever even tried to be tough. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can box. If I got to fight, I got hands, but I never tried to be tough. You know what I mean? So I was almost like, put it like this. In my life, you know how Kanye used to always pump up, I wore the pink polos at the Rock. And he used to say that because he was something that was so non-traditional for that label. That label was so street. And then here he comes with pink polos in the backpack. Well, that was my life, bro. That's probably why I related to Kanye so well, because I was the pink polos and backpack of my neighborhood, so to speak. You get what I'm saying?
Talk to me about that, Greg. How do you, especially in a world of clones, and right. I gotta say, how do you have the bravery to be different, to not be a part of the trend, but set the trend? I think of that whole Kanye era, now that you put it in perspective, right? Because I think about when you think about what was going on in Chicago and the way that you made it and the kind of music that you had to put out or what people expected.
Right.
Talk to me about saying, okay, I'm not going to do what everybody else does, and having the faith to say that, the faith and the confidence to say, and I'm going to win. And being there when those decisions are being made or helping make those decisions. Talk to me about when they say, man, put on the super dope chain. Even though I think everybody black want a chain. Greg, you might be the only rapper manager ever that I've seen that don't have at least a Jesus piece or something, dog.
None of it. I've never wore it, never wanted it, never.
Come on, man. You didn't want an iced out chain, never, not once.
No. It's so funny. We it's one of our raps. It's one of our old raps, an old Abstract Mindstate song, and I said something to the effect of
Hold it. Hold on. Let's come back. Hold on. I say it.
Okay.
One of the Abstract Mindstate lines about the chains.
Okay, so like I was saying. Yeah. One of the Abstract Mindstate lines about the chains, I think, is in a song called "It's Time" off of Volume 2, Chicago's Hardest Working Mixtape, and I say EP start copping jewelry and they calling us ballers. Now that's funny. Now the reason I said that is because everybody knew, or at least EP and the people close to me knew, I would never, regardless to how successful we get, I'm not interested in chains. But EP actually does like jewelry. She used to say, man, I'm gonna get the logo iced out. You know, she used to say some funny stuff. And that's why I said EP start copping jewelry and they calling us ballers. Now that's funny. And I say that's funny because we're not ballers and we're on our, what people would call conscious hip hop or just traditional hip hop. But no, I never was interested in any of that. And you know what? You actually helping me with my answers. I think because I was never into the things, the material side of hip hop, that also helped me to be next to Ye without any envy, because he's a total opposite of that. Kanye loves all of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? You've seen all of the chains, the jewelry, everybody saw it. So, you know, I'm not saying anything. So it's like, so if I'm the antithesis of that, I'm okay. I can be next to him, with his Rolex and his Jesus piece and never want one. Or never, and he never hears me talk about it, so he never tries to like force it on me. One time out of fun, I have the picture if you go deep into my IG, you will see me with the Jesus piece on, and I'm doing a peace sign, and I'm making this face like, because I was being silly, because I was like, I got this chain on, and that was the closest I ever came to that. I never wanted to wear the angel wings or the little, logo, man, like DLC and them, everything. They had their little piece. I never was into it, man. Not once. I never, and I can credit my mom and my family. My mother was very supportive of me being an individual, and my family was just very supportive of my dreams. So that built that confidence right there, Maze. It sounds a little cliche, but most cliches, the reason we always have to say it sounds cliche because it's something real about that statement. And the reality is, man, my family, man, I had a strong family, the Lewis family, as well as my mom's side. Man, they just supported my dreams. I come from on my mother's side, I come from a very musical family. Everybody play instruments and sang. So me having those dreams, man, it was real easy for them to support that. And on the Lewis side, they just were great. My father's side of the family were just great people who like, hey, if that's what you want to do and you like it, we love it. So I was able to be very confident and step out and do things in a way that's pretty non-traditional from a cat coming from the hood or coming from, that part of Inglewood where I grew up, and just be a guy who never really wanted anything but his dream. That's all I ever wanted. That's all I ever worked for was the dream. Our album is called Dream Still Inspire, simply because we want to get kids to understand that, all your inspiration starts off as a dream, and you don't have to live this fake life on the internet, and try to impress by, fluffing things out and making it seem like you're doing good. Let's just do good. That's my attitude. Let's really
let's just do it instead of acting
let's
like
just
we're
do
doing
it.
good.
Yeah.
Ice Cream, and I'm gonna ask this, and then Riis, I want you to cue up the first song again because I'm gonna play it as we talk to him on the way out, but not just before this. Okay, Greg, I gotta ask this though, right? Two things I gotta ask, and then I'm gonna let this go. The first thing is, I know that the first time your boy come home with a superstar 10 plus that we all seen on TV, and you like, tell me what that moment was like. I'm just curious. Like, I do want to know, like, because again, when you start to see the people that you were watching on TV now coming to the crib to be like, yo, I'm coming to hang out with y'all. Is that a surreal moment? At what point do you be like, hold on, is this for real? Are we really here now?
Wait, speak to, give me a little more clarity. Speak to what you said.
So when Kanye walks in the crib and is like, yo, dog, I'm dating Kim Kardashian now. Like,
oh, okay.
I mean, what do the brothers say? I know black women tripping and we don't care, but there's got to be a point of shock when hold on, dog. You're dating who? I just want to know what the reaction was of the fellas. No disrespect. Right. Respect to Ye, respect to everybody. But at some point, you got to be like, dog, for real? Like, you lying. She gave you her number.
Oh, no, okay. So it's funny because I was, as you already know, I was so close to Kanye that I kind of seen him in all of his stages as he met different women and flirted and tried to come up or whatever. And the Kim Kardashian. Let me share one story that's actually kind of hilarious, and it just show you how Kanye is. Early in him trying to get close to her, he told me, "Hey man, I got these two chicks coming over. This is his first mansion in Hollywood Hills. You see it in Genius when it's a part of Genius when Kanye mother was talking to Cootie and saying, we're going to all be like this and that. And then you'll hear her say, where's Greg? Where's Greg? Everybody.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember that.
Yeah, remember that part?
Yeah.
And when I brought that up because that was the part I remember us actually being in the house. That house right there where she was, that was Kanye's first mansion in Hollywood Hills. And that was a New Year's Eve party we did in the mansion. There wasn't any furniture in the house yet. So he said, man, I want to have a party before I put all my furniture in here and we can just really have fun because I know it's really nothing we can mess up. And so I was like, cool. Now I bring this up because in that house, once it was furnished, Kanye said, hey, I got these chicks coming over. This is what he says to me, Maze. I got these chicks coming over. And the one I'm with is bringing her sister, So, hold it down for me. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's what it was, Who
was it? Which sister?
Watch this. The doorbell rings. I go to the door, and when I open the door, it's Kim and Courtney. and now that moment that you're saying is no front. I'm not going to even play a game. Like when I open the door in my head, of course, now I'm from the crib, so I got to put my cool face on. Like, hey, how y'all doing? But in my head, I'm like, what in the hell? I was like, Kanye told me a chick and her sister, And so it's like, so now they're in the house with us, and no joke, we sit at the table and we start playing board games. We start playing categories, and we was talking about growing up, and it was so hilarious because their growing up stories was so drastically different than ours, and Kanye was so in his own ignorant, funny Chicago way. They was telling us stories like, yeah, and Courtney was like, remember that time when mom, the new body style of Range Rover came out and you wanted it and you was about to get it and mom went and got it before you and you were the first one to know about it and told us. And she was like, oh, and they telling the story like, I was so mad. And me and Kanye looking like, Range, like what? Like, and so Kanye was like, man, I was just trying to get a Pele off layaway at that time, No joke. He was 100. And I'm laughing, man. So, I mean, to be honest, bro, like I say, the whole Kim Kardashian thing, I just had to tell that story because it was funny. And just to say, when me and Kim first started getting cool in the beginning, or she started getting comfortable with seeing me, I always felt like I had to remind her of who I was, because I felt like this woman is not going to remember me whenever I come around. Huh?
Say that one more time, Ice G. I'm sorry, Ice Cream.
Yeah, so I was saying when I first, met Kim and early in their relationship, I always felt like I had to remind her of the night we played the board games, so I would say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'll always say, "You remember me?" And before I could finish, she'll point at me and say, "Categories." And I was like, "Yeah." So it was funny because for a long time she used to just call me Categories. Like she would point at me and be like, "Categories," because it was such a fun night for all of us. That's what she related to me as the guy she played Categories with. So over time, of course, before you know it, I was sitting at the breakfast table with her and Saint and North and him, and it was just some really to keep it 100, it was some surreal times, because I would sit back saying to myself, man, what the hell? How did I end up at the kitchen table with Kanye, Kim, and their kids? Like I don't even know how to explain this. And I used to laugh inside my head saying nobody would believe me if I shared this story. So most of the stories around him in the life that, you get to enjoy being a part of his circle it's hard to talk about it, Maze. It's hard to even talk about it because it all sounds fake. Everything sounds fake.
I can imagine.
So I do know what you're saying when you're saying, come on, man, tell the truth. Yes, the truth is yes. It's times where you just like, what is really going on, So, but one of the things I'm just saying this because we from Chicago, my favorite basketball player during the Bulls era wasn't Michael Jordan. It was Scottie Pippen. I was a Scottie Pippen fan. And I got to have dinner. Scottie was at the dinner table with us at Kim's mama house, at Kris Jenner's house. And it was some kind of dinner or something we had over there. And Scottie Pippen sat next to me. And I was more starstruck being there with Scottie than I was with anybody at the table with us. I mean, so it was
go for real.
So, yeah,
that's because you're from Chicago, for real. I agree. Two more, and then I'm gonna let you go. The first one is
sure.
Because I think we all see Yeezy from the standpoint of the. I always talk about the prism through which we view people, right? And a lot of times people say that there have been numerous stories about Kanye, and they call them episodes or whatever they call them. And they have often said that people have empowered or have enabled him. Talk to me about what we don't understand, or what is it that we don't know about Kanye, because he clearly is a genius, and clearly is a genius in so many ways. What is it that we don't understand?
I think one of the things that we don't understand, most of us, is that his intentions are actually good. A lot of people think that they're rooted in something else, or everything is promotion. One of the biggest misconceptions about him is everything that people say, oh, he just doing that for marketing. Oh, he just doing that to stay relevant. Nope. He all of this stuff that you guys see, he's really just doing it. This is how he feels and what he wants to do. It's not one thing is for marketing or promotion, or you know what I mean. And so I think, and one of the biggest, the only misconception I could say is his intentions. People don't think that he has good intentions. And I even being personally a personal friend, I can say his intentions are good. Now, I'll also say in that same breath, although his intentions are good, oftentimes it doesn't come out that way. And just like you guys may see it like, man, why did he do that? His close friends, including me, or I'll say me specifically, I'll be like, why did you do that? I say that too. Like, why didn't you speak up or say this, or why didn't you correct that? And sometimes it baffles me. I don't understand why he lives in some of this stuff that he could just correct, or why does he, or like sometimes I say, man, why do he create so many what looks like stressful moments when he can just, at this point, being so financially free and just, in the highest creative space he could be in, just have some fun. And sometimes it seems like he's attracted to tension. And I don't know if that's that motivates him to create. That's one of the things I think is a big misconception, that his intentions isn't good. I think at the end of the day, even if I don't agree with a lot of the things he do, I know his intentions. He actually do have good intentions, whether it turns out their way or not.
All right, now let me back up and let me do this. Abstract Mind State, Dreams Still Inspire, Old School Ice Green, EP to Hellcat, back in the business, back in the game, 40 plus, creating music, creating art, right?
Yes.
Art that has transcended time. They will be appearing at the Silver Room Block Party this Saturday, 5 o'clock on the big beach stage. That means they're going to have the backdrop of the city. It's going to be off the chain. Shout out to my girl, Miko Monroe, who's been texting me saying, could you correct how you spell his name? I'm in here trying to do an interview, and I done changed it 3 times now. But shout out to Abstract Mind State. Ice Green, I'm going to give you the mic. You got 2 minutes to talk to the people. Tell them what you want to know. Tell them why Abstract Mind State is still relevant, why we need you today. Why do dreams still inspire? Why should we not give up? Why should, even at 40 plus,
right,
should we still be able to be inspired by our dreams? Talk to me, my brother.
Yes. First of all, the reason this is so in those questions you're saying is because dreams don't expire. First of all, dreams still inspire, but dreams don't expire. Whatever it is you want to do, we use age and all kinds of other made up mechanisms or made up reasons or excuses, I like to call them, to stop doing something you really love. And, unfortunately for hip hop, it's the only genre that has that ageism thing. It's probably the one that has the most ageism. And, they call us, the young cats call us old niggas and all of that and stuff like that. But the reality of it is, think about it, man. We don't care how old you are if the music is good. And that's the space that we've been blessed to be in, that even later in our lives, we're able to still create hip hop because we were already ahead of our time at the time. So it's kind of like we caught up with the times now. And now the music we're putting out sounds current and relevant. And it is current and relevant. Dreams Still Inspire is an album, like EP was saying earlier, that's for the people. It's a culmination of songs to just push the envelope on you as a person and hopefully empower you and make you feel better, or hopefully make you a better person after hearing some of the stories that we're sharing. When we hit that stage, we still live close to the aesthetics that when you get out on that stage, you got to give the people the energy and get them a great live show. So you can definitely look forward to seeing a hell of a performance. We're going to give you all of the energy, and we're going to have some fun out there, like old school traditional hip hop concerts used to be. There's no room for fighting and craziness and all that. We're going to have some fun out there. And I want to give a shout out to Don C of
shout out to
RSV.
Don C, man. Big
man.
Don C, man. Don C doing his thing big times in the city. Go ahead.
And Don is doing his thing in a big. He's one of my close friends.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Don C is doing it big in a major way, and I got so much love and respect for my brother. I absolutely love that guy. But we recently did a collaboration. Him and Virgil Abloh, rest in peace. They started RSVP Gallery, and us being from Chicago, we know what that is. But now the world knows what RSVP Gallery is. And he did a collaboration with Abstract Mind State for this T-shirt that I'm actually wearing right now. And he used Jackson State as an inspiration for it. And if you guys are listening, my Instagram is Old School Ice Gree. That's OLSKOOL_ICEGRE. Get on that page and look at the commercial that we did with Don C for this album, and for this collaboration that we did with him on this merch, and you can see what inspired him to do this T-shirt with us. So man, I just wanted to speak on that, and just shout out to the squad. EP had to leave, but man, that's my sister. We're living our lives now, Maze. And one of the most incredible things about having this record out right now is the fact that we're not, that whole we'll rap for food. We're not out here like trying to be like all in your face, rapidy rap. Really, man, we're just living our lives. And this is a part of, it's not our entire life anymore. It's a part of our lives, and we get to be artists. So we get to really be an artist and share our art with you guys and still live a normal life. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about fame. It's more about feeling and vibe, you know. And, you know, we got some new stuff in the works, too. Since I'm on this interview, I just shared it. You know, we're working on some new music right now. We're going to put an EP out very soon. We'll talk more about it later. But we are working on new music. But right now, we're just enjoying Dream Still Inspire, man. It's still an amazing project. It was fully produced by Ye. And, man, come on out and check us out at 5 o'clock at the Silver Room Sound System Block Party on Saturday.
Hey, let me tell you what we got to do. We got to do a screening. You know, we got us a small venue ourselves. We want to do a tiny. I told you I've been trying to get this done. Between Lee and Miko, y'all gonna get this done. We're gonna have us a tiny living room concert.
Right.
Tiny living room concert with Abstract Mindstate. If you all
let's do it.
There to see Ness when he performed, it was a great experience, and I just think that artists like Abstract Mindstate. Like I feel like there's a place for us still in hip hop, and I want to make sure that, like, I still nod my head to a great beat, right? I still get up and do me a two-step, and I still want to hear great music. And I gotta tell you, I don't need no ballroom music. I need some grown folks music that's gonna talk to me while
you know what you need.
Get my credit right.
Let me tell you what you need. Something that I coined, or at least I'm pushing it like that because I've been saying it a long time. I heard a couple of people say it before, but I've been saying it a long time. I'm just getting to say it in interviews now. You need adult contemporary hip hop. I create our genre of music. We call it ACH. And right now I'm working on, I'm in position to submit this proposal to the Grammy board. I was supposed to do it last year and I missed the deadline because I was caught up in the touring and stuff like that and messed up and missed the deadline. But I'm going to submit this proposal to the Grammy board to kind of expand the category of hip hop or rap and add adult contemporary hip hop, ACH. I'm trying to add that and make that a real thing, a real genre. So the category can kind of open up a little bit more for the traditional sound of hip hop that we create, or like a J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar, or even the younger cats like Joey Badass or Corday and a few others that fall in that genre that just, doesn't have anything to do with like, trap or drill or any of the more popular styles of hip hop. It just, ACH is more around the traditional sound of hip hop that you like to nod your head to, that we make. So adult contemporary hip hop, that's what it's going to be about for 2022, 23.
Hey, yo. Abstract Mindstate. Hey, Ice Creek, can we get a license so we can be playing some of these songs on the morning show, man? Because, Facebook done flagged us.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Look, Phil.
Go ahead, bro.
Feel free, man. We in control of that. Like we're independent. We're in control of that, man. Feel free to play some of the songs out. You got me right here saying it live. Go ahead. Let it ride.
Bam. All right, y'all. That is old school Ice Cream. We had the EP. The Hellcat had to get to the gig. Hey, man, that's that adult contemporary hip hop. We still got to go to work. Hey, but look, let me do this. Normally I close out with the "What's in It for the Black People" song, but today I want to close out with "I Feel Good," courtesy of
good choice.
Abstract Mindstate. Let me send a big shout out to my man Lee Majors. Y'all know Lee. We go way back. I remember I met Lee and Craig as they were promoting Abstract Mindstate in the parking lot of the Hyde Park Tony Sports. That's how.
Oh yes.
See y'all. Look, Reis like who?
Wow.
Reis them don't even know who Tony Sports is, right?
Right. Wow.
Think about that. I met y'all in the parking lot. It was me and Loom, and we had the truck, and we met.
Shout out to Loom.
Shout out to old Loom. I'm going to be honest with you. I probably wouldn't be here and have my space in the hip-hop space in Chicago without the introduction to Chicago hip-hop through Olumide.
Yeah, man. Loom showed us love, man. Shout out to him.
Man, he's the one who said they need to be on the Sprite mixtape. Right? He was our A&R back in the day, finding all the hip hop artists. But look, this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to go home with a little adult contemporary hip hop. So today I'm gonna change it up, and I'm not gonna play my theme song. I'm going to play Abstract Mind State's "I Feel Good." Look, y'all, for Maze, Riis, Ruthie, for EP the Hellcat, and for my man Old School Ice Green, who will be appearing this Saturday at the Silver Room Block Party, 5 p.m. on the main beach stage. Right. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, all right, y'all, it's I Feel Good by Abstract Mind State. Take us home, Riis.
Y'all, smiling more every day, closer to my dreams. Hey, guapole, the food tastes better. I stopped smoking squares, healing from the inside out, making repairs. I forgave some people, thanked them for the lessons, cause holding on to it was blocking my blessings. No more stressing, worry dishonors God, so I just pray, and I'm loving my odds. Mingle with like minds, gravitate where light shines. Graduate, masters, your rhymes ain't like mine. Big dank from the west side, this is my best self. Taking vacations, hoping the rest helps. Got a career now, loving what's ahead. My spirit is free from the stuff that I shared.
I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about.
I'm feeling so good now, walking on higher ground. Got out the country, visit some new towns, made some new friends, let go of some bad ones. Soon as that took place, everything got fun. My life started going up, opportunities showing up. I'm back where I wanna be, no headaches and throwing up. Reconnect with the homie, it's positive energy, vibes and wavelengths. It's all about frequency. I'm back with my first love, it feel like the first time. I'm back in the studio, this ain't my first rhyme. I wake up every day, blessed as heavenly. Before I ain't say much, now I got much to say. Raise my credit score, got rid of some past debt. Heard that's attractive, well call me a magnet. Plugged into an outlet, living life outright. All on my Kid Cudi, focusing day and night. Right?
Now ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. Feel good. See, Mind State gets busy. That's the cardinal rule.
Hey, y'all, that is Abstract Mind State. Go pick up the music on your favorite music platform. You can go to Tidal. You can go to, what is that, Spotify these kids be listening to. Go to YouTube. Get it. But whatever you do, Abstract Mind State, adult contemporary hip-hop.